I love this man, and I don't want to get a divorce, but lately, he wants to turn me into some kind of Stepford wife, like a robot. I'm just like,
you cannot set an impossible standard because she will never meet those expectations.
Yeah, 2 babies during our marriage.
You need to stop having children until you learn how to be a responsible adult.
And I hear him talking about my wife wasn't nothing before I met her. Don't get me twisted, because I don't need you.
Sometimes the biggest takeaway is the lesson that you learn.
What happens when a husband's deceit hinders the marriage? She says she was blinded by love and got married based on potential. But his actions have caused her to seek a divorce. He believes the marriage is salvageable. That's today's case on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, we have a virtual audience and it's filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Kyla from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Hello, Kyla. Welcome to Divorce Court. We're very happy to have you with us.
Your Honor, this is the case of Walls versus Walls.
Thank you, Juan. Miss April Walls.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought your husband, Mr. Keith Walls,
yes, Your Honor,
to divorce court today. I understand the two of you have been married for the last 6 years, but you've been separated the last 4 years. You say you're here because you want him to finally sign the divorce papers. You say, sir, that you want her to reconsider. You want this marriage to work out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll start with you, Miss Walls. Tell me what's going on. Give me some background.
I'm here to get a divorce. That's what I want. He's a liar, a manipulator, a cheater. He's an alcoholic and a man-child. I can't raise a man. So I just want the divorce, period.
And what do you say is happening, Mr. Walls?
I think she just nagged too much to me. It's just too much.
She nags too much?
Too much.
But you want her to reconsider?
I want her to reconsider, though.
Why is that?
Because I love her.
Okay.
I love her.
She nags, but you love her?
Yeah, I really love her. I want her to work on that.
Are any of the points that she brought up true as to why she's here today?
I mean, as far as like the drinking part, I mean, I took a couple drinks. That was because it was a reason. I mean, I had my mother, she passed on me, and, you know.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So I just took a couple drinks at a time, but then she just took it like I was an alcoholic. I would just take it too.
Well, if there were just Mr. Walls, was it more than just a couple of drinks, sir? It's okay for you to admit that it was,
I think
probably.
a six-pack is too much. Is a six-pack too much? I mean.
So he was going through a difficult time, correct, ma'am?
Correct.
And what was going on? What do you say happened?
Well, he lost his mom, but he came into the relationship lying. So when he told me that he was living with his sister and I come to pick him up, it's the actual girlfriend that he's living with who comes out of the house and actually puts us on a high-speed chase. And I had to ask him to pull over the car because I want to speak to this lady. And when she stops, she's just like, you can have that bum. He's going to cheat on you anyway.
This was before you got married?
Before we got married.
Okay. But you got married after you say this happened?
Yes.
What happened? Were you living with somebody else and lying about it?
I mean, with that situation right there, I mean, I really was. I was. I mean, at the time, I didn't want to tell her what was going on, so I just tried to hide it, and it all backfired on me.
It all backfired?
Yeah.
And who was driving in the high-speed chase the two of you were on?
It was a friend of mine.
A friend. So you get in the car, she's in the car, your friend is driving,
yes,
and you tell him put the pedal to the metal.
Yes.
So this woman that you're living with gets in her car, starts chasing you all, you pull over, and what happens? How do you explain the situation?
I mean, I really couldn't. I was caught red-handed, so I just went on and told the truth.
Okay, but you were able to get past it somehow.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think she loved me, still loved me.
Well, she did, for sure.
I fell in love quickly, but that went out the window after all of the lying.
How quickly?
4 years.
2 weeks.
4.5 years.
We were married by the 3rd week.
That was quick.
This happened within a 2-week time frame, and you got married?
Yeah.
Right after that?
That was like within the first 2 or 3 days.
Oh, okay, so some time had passed, according to you.
A little time, yes.
This may be the quickest marriage we've ever had.
I mean, I thought I was in love. I thought I was in love.
So you do understand now, with all of the issues, because he's admitted to some of these things.
Right.
You married somebody you didn't know.
Correct.
Right? Because you didn't have relationship problems. You had problems you brought into the relationship because you didn't know each other.
Problems he brought into the relationship.
You met at a gas station, not even through a mutual friend, so you didn't know each other
At all.
from anything, right?
Yes.
And you're married 3 weeks later. Why the rush?
Like I said, I was in love.
In 3 weeks?
That's what it felt like.
You were more in love with her than the woman you had been living with for a year in 3 weeks?
I really thought she was the
6 months
one.
into the relationship, I actually had to get him a lie detector test.
No, it really was love
Really?
at first
He
sight.
failed every question, including his name.
Is your name not Keith Wall, sir?
Yes. My name Keith Wall.
What happened with the lie detector test?
Must was nervous or something. He failed.
So the two of you, this is so fascinating to me because we're starting to see more people come to divorce court, because we used to do lie detector tests in court, but people don't wait to come to court anymore. They do it on their own now. So you decide to get a lie detector test because you think, what, he's cheating?
Yeah, she thought I was lying.
So you hire someone and you go, you strap in, and you take a lie detector test.
Yes.
And is it true that you failed?
Yes, it's true.
What'd you lie about, Mr. Wall?
I was just lying about the fact that, like, with the big girls and stuff like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I was like, I like big girls.
Yeah, the girl that gave us a high-speed chase, she was like 340 or 50 pounds or so.
She wasn't that big.
And he was overfeeding me, trying to get me fat.
Mr. Walls, on the lie detector test, sir, you failed because of what? What were the reasons?
Did I
The
cheat?
cheating.
The cheat.
So you were cheating.
Yeah, I did.
Well, you weren't married for that long, sir. You only married for 6 months. You're supposed to be in the honeymoon period. So
I
you're
know.
cheating
That's what
within
I
the
was-
first 6 months. And you, Miss Walls, you got the biggest red flag in the world. After 2-3 days of meeting Mr. Walls, you are being chased down the street in a high-speed chase with another woman coming after you. That you were able to look over and get married 2 weeks later because you didn't care about that red flag. You were in love. Love is a feeling, but you still have your eyes to see. How many days were you happily married before you decided it was time for you to get this divorce?
Right at 6-7 months.
So why do you say there's still a chance for the two of you? Why are you holding out hope?
She loved me. She still called. We talk every day.
You do understand she's brought you to divorce court. This is not Disneyland. What happened in 2 weeks after a high-speed chase that would completely change your mind from being chased down the street to, no, this is the person I want to spend my whole life
Showed
with?
me someone different. Like
In
he
2
was
weeks?
Working. Yes, he was working every day, going to work, coming home, not even wanting any of his check. He give the whole check to me.
Okay, and so in 2 weeks, that was enough time for him to prove that he was somebody other than what you seen? You have to stop being so naive, Miss Walls. This is your first time being married?
It is.
Okay, you got to make a different choice
Right.
next time because it takes time to get to know people. It takes time, right?
Yeah, because if I would have knew he was an alcoholic, I would have just.
I wasn't no alcoholic.
Well, you didn't know each other at all.
I drink.
You didn't know each other at all.
No.
So here you are. You've been separated for 4 years. What's happening? Why haven't the two of you moved forward with the divorce? Because according to you, there's no salvaging the marriage.
She loved me. She still called. We talk every day. So
You do understand she's brought you to divorce court,
yes.
right? This is not Disneyland.
Wow.
And I actually submitted a alcohol intake that, because I started recording it after I saw that he was drinking more and more. And then sometimes he'll stay outside in the car drinking bottles, stuffing them up under his seat so that I don't find him and know how many drinks he's had when he comes in the door.
So you say he's minimizing
Correct.
the level of drinking.
Absolutely.
Let me see your evidence.
And he started off with doing like 6 packs of beer, which would be like $6 roughly. And after 7 days, that's about $42. But I noticed he started drinking 12 beers per day, which is $12. It ended up being $84 in a week. So just imagine a monthly or yearly cost of that.
Mr. Walls, is this true? Is this accurate?
No. That's
It
not
is not.
That's
Remember.
That's not accurate. I mean, she just exaggerating.
She's
'Cause I was
exaggerating,
drinking,
okay.
Just drinking.
How many days were you happily married before you decided it was time for you to get this divorce?
Right at 6-7 months.
6 or 7 months. So the lie detector test happened at 6 months. He failed miserably. And you said after that, that's when things
Well, I'll say right at
you were
6
done.
months after the lie detector, it was
You were
downhill
done
from there.
because
Yeah.
he failed everything,
Yeah,
including
we
his
was no
name.
longer living together after that.
Did we swear him in, Juan?
Absolutely.
She's here because she said the marriage is over. She wants a divorce. Why do you say there's still a chance for the two of you? Why are you holding out hope?
I believe she still, love me. She don't want to do it.
I know what you believe, sir, but I want you to, just like I
Yeah,
told
I-
her to open her eyes, I want you to open your ears.
Okay.
I understand what you believe, but she's speaking her truth. Now, I know, according to the lie detector test, you've lied to other people, but now it appears you're lying to yourself.
Absolutely.
Where are the divorce papers?
Right here. I actually had filed them, and we were to sign, and I got his girlfriend at the time to convince him to come sign the papers and meet me. And when he did meet me, he signed on the wrong line, so it was null and void when we sent it in.
May I see the papers?
Yes.
Juan, would you hand me the papers? Because the two of you have been separated for 4 years, right?
Yes.
And you've both moved on. You have had other relationships. So, Mr. Walls, I just want to be clear, why are you saying that you want her to reconsider and to stay in this marriage?
I really do love her, Your Honor. I really want to work this out.
I understand, but in order for a marriage to work, love is a two-way street. You can love someone all you want, but if it's not reciprocated, you can't force a relationship. Love is not enough to sustain a marriage. There's a lot that's happened here over the course of the last several years. There are issues that have come up. And I just think if you really wanted this marriage to work and you really loved her that much, then you gotta respect the sanctity of the relationship.
And he did.
Because sometimes it goes too far and you can't go back. Who's your witness here today?
My boyfriend.
How long have the two of you been in a relationship, sir?
About 4 years.
Since she's been separated from Mr. Walls?
Yes, ma'am.
Perhaps this is a bit of a reality check for you today. Here we are. We have the papers. Are you willing to sign divorce papers?
No, Your Honor.
You said no? If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. You've moved on.
Yes. Because after the cookout, there was nothing else to
What happened at the cookout? There's always something that happens at the cookout.
Family cookout, we were barbecuing, everyone was over. I didn't realize he was as drunk as he was until he wasted my drink. Once he wasted my drink, I attempted to go to get something to clean it, and he disappeared. So when I come back and clean it up and I'm about to go put the towels in the bathroom, I walk into the bathroom and he's in there doing drugs.
Oh, okay. Well, here we are. We have the papers. Did you sign on the wrong line on purpose?
No, Your Honor.
Are you willing to sign divorce papers?
I don't want to.
You said no? So you gonna try to force somebody to stay married to you who doesn't want to be married to you?
I'm not gonna force no one to do that.
But I mean, that's essentially what you're saying. Your refusal to sign papers is not going to prohibit her from getting a divorce. You're just making it more difficult for yourself and for her. You're just prolonging the inevitable. Who's your witness here today?
My boyfriend.
He's here? And is this Mr. Jones?
It is.
Okay, Juan, would you bring in Mr. Satchel Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Jones.
Good, Mr. Walls?
We're gonna
It's
walk
been a
up
rough
here.
day for you. Mr. Jones, how are you, sir?
I'm all right, Your Honor.
Thank you for being here. I understand that you are in a relationship with Ms. Walls.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have the two of you been in a relationship, sir?
About 4 years.
Since she's been separated from Mr. Walls?
Yes, ma'am.
Do the two of you know each other, Mr. Jones? Have you met Mr. Walls before?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. What do you have to say, sir?
I mean, I'm just, trying to get everything situated so we can be together. I mean, once she fixes her problem, we can actually move on.
And what is your understanding as to why she hasn't gotten a divorce in the last 4 years? What is your understanding?
No father, what I understand, that he wouldn't never sign the paper. What I was told.
Well, it appears to be true, based on what I've heard in court today. Are the two of you living together?
Yes.
Yes.
So, Mr. Walls,
Yes.
You remember what you were saying about you wanted her to reconsider and you thought that she still loved you, or you said you still loved her? Perhaps this is a bit of a reality check for you today, because you said you didn't want to sign the papers. Have you changed your mind now that you see that Miss Walls has moved on, she's happy, she's in a relationship, she's living with her boyfriend, Mr. Jones? It's time for this door in your life to be closed. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
You don't sound like you mean it.
Because I'm
But I'm going to tell you something, Mr. Walls. You're not going to be happy hanging on to someone who does not want to be in a relationship.
Man, I'm not the only one hanging.
I don't understand what you mean.
I mean, she got to have something to do with me, love me or something too.
Why do you say that?
Communicate with me.
She communicates with you, and what are you talking about?
I mean,
Or
it ain't
buying
that
him
serious.
food or getting him a hotel room because he's
something.
sleeping in his car. Something, just needing help.
Yeah.
Want me
Just
to
helping
mother
you out?
him. Uh-huh.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So she's being nice to you.
Yeah, that's all she was being nice.
So in your mind, she's being nice to you, so that means that there's hope for the marriage.
That's what I'm thinking.
It could also be she's just being nice. You understand?
Yes, Shauna.
I don't know how you feel about this, Mr. Jones, but are you okay with them being friends?
Not really, but then, you know, there's something they would have to fix right now. You know, that's why we're here, something so they can fix.
Well, because it appears that they have a pretty friendly relationship. If you're still helping him out when he's down and out, and I think that's admirable because you're not getting anything out of it.
I'm not.
In fact, if anything, she's getting grief out of it because you won't sign papers when she wants to move on. Can't get on with her life, and she wants to, and you need to. I've never seen anybody so attached to someone they met and got married in 2 weeks. It's amazing. In 2 weeks, y'all got married, but it's been 4.5 years and you haven't figured out how to get a divorce. I need you to keep that same energy on your way out that you had on your way in. Because guess what? You go on, you have other relationships, you meet other people, you've had other relationships. Where are the papers? Oh, you gave them to me. Let me take a look at these. Okay, these haven't been completely filled out. You have an attorney that represents you?
Yes, I do.
So what we're going to do after court today, I am going to ask Juan, if you have time, would you contact Ms. Wall's attorney and try to get the correct papers?
Absolutely.
And Mr. Walls, if we are able to get those papers today, are you willing to sign them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. That's my judgment in this case. It's not surprising that things did not work out. I would be more surprised that things worked out between the two of you when you met and you got married 2-3 weeks later, based on what you told me happened in the first 2 or 3 days,
right,
and just the fact that you didn't know each other. There's no way you can really know who a person is, the essence of who they are, in a 3-week time frame. But the good news is you have a future. You have a relationship that you learned from. You have a friend that you made because she's been there to help you out when you needed it. But you also have a future. Start looking through the windshield, Mr. Walls, and stop looking through the rearview mirror. Your future, everything that's ahead of you, that's what you look at, what's ahead of you, not in your past. And I know you think this is painful right now, but I promise you, it will lead to you being happier in the future. Good luck to all of you.
Well, I thought the Judge Faith's advice was very good in that I'm going to take the advice about just moving forward and don't look back.
I mean, I'm just gonna stop dealing with her, period. I mean, if I still deal with her, I'm still gonna love her.
Well, I'm going to stop answering the phone and being available to him so that he won't get any mixed messages by me being nice.
I mean, I'm just gonna find me another woman and just move forward.
I hope for the future that we can move on and, you know, start our lives instead of just always wanting to have that divorce or paper signing over our heads all the time. I want him to sign those papers.